Hickok 45 with one of my favorite toad stickers. Yes, got the Mossberg 590 A1 Retrograde. I will call it retro, okay, for short. And we're going to shoot the thing. You all requested it like this. Yeah, it's a 590 A1. It's got the Woodstock Retrograde, kind of retro back to the 80s. And guess what? I had one just like this. I am retro. Was I retro back then? I didn't think of it as being retro, but yeah, whatever they say. So anyway, now it will fire because it's all put together. Let's put a round in the chamber. And what we just start out with some major pot smoking. How's that? Like right there. Do I have the safety on? Yes, I do. Boom. Now that's some pot smoking. Let's do some serious pot smoking. Look at it. Look at that dust. Nice. While we're at it, why don't we just hit this thing? Some birdshot on that. All right. And while I've got a couple of birdshot left, I like to create fountains. It's just one of those creative things I like to do. Oh, well, okay. I'm going to hold to the side of that one and try to get a little bit of shot on him. No, I didn't do it enough, did I? It is fun, though, to shoot one at distance with birdshot. And it creates a bit of a fountain effect quite often. Yeah, so pretty cool. Old retro bayonet even, because that bayonet goes back, that's I think the M7, which they replaced with the M9 in the mid 80s, I guess 86, 87 or something like that. So I guess either one would work on the shotgun. Would not be too anachronistic. How's that for a fancy word? Because this particular shotgun goes back to the 80s primarily. That's when I had one. My first shotgun, not my first shotgun, but I bought one of these. Oh boy, 84, 5, 6, I don't know, long in there. And it was this shotgun pretty much. It had the heat shield, which I'm not a big fan of, and the wood and everything. It was just this shotgun, bayonet lug, and I liked it. In fact, I competed. I was doing some IPSC matches and would have shotgun side matches. We'd have both semi-auto and pump classes, and I would take my Benelli and I would take this, and I loved it. I loved it. That's why I have a 590A1 right now lying here on the table. So I just brought it out to, again, show you the difference, and most of you already know, but you know, this is a 590A1 as well. It's a little different, doesn't have the ghost ring sight or the wood or the heat shield and that kind of thing, but it's a heavy walled barrel and everything. So Mossberg chose one of their nice shotguns to do the retro. It's a sort of a part of the celebration of their 100-year anniversary, as I understand. And I'm glad they picked the 590A1 because it's a little more deluxe shotgun than, you know, 500 or something. And they kind of, it's in the theme of the trench gun. You know, now the Mossberg 590s don't go back to World War I or II. You know, the old Model 12s, the classic trench guns, or the 1897 Winchesters and that sort of thing. But but they've been used by the military for a lot of years, these firearms right here. So as I was telling John before we start, they might have been in a trench somewhere in Afghanistan or Iraq, I don't know. So anyway, that's what we've got here. And the specs are pretty much the same as that shotgun, except what you see. You know, really, the sights, you know, the furniture, the heat shield, and comes with a bayonet because it will not operate without that. Just kidding. Just kidding. You know, and the butt pad, I give a little extender on mine, but you know, it's got kind of the old retro pad. I think that's what was on mine. I don't remember 100% on that. So pretty neat. When I saw one of you all recommended this, asked if we were going to do a video. I think you left a comment. Won't you do a woods walk or a close-up or something with the retro 590? And I thought, that's right. I think I saw something about that. So I went directly to look it up at Mossberg's website, Bud's website, and everything, and ordered one right then. So I'm going to shoot it again. Is that all right? Before I do it, though, again, let me remind you about apmex.com. Their website is in our description. Hickok 45's favorites page and everything. Everything you could ever want with precious metals, you know, bullion, collectible coins, gold, silver. These are some American Eagles, pretty cool. You know, just a lot of us enjoy that kind of thing. I know many of you. So check out our description. Always go to our description. We have links to not only our website, hickok45.com, but in the description of every single video, because there's a template I upload it to every single video when it needs to be updated, and it has has all the people who support us there, just everything that you might want. Okay, just a little mention of that. All right, so I guess I'll take the bayonet off. I know many of you are sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, now it won't fire. And I'm not joking. There are people, and you know who you are, and and many of you others know that I'm telling the truth, who actually believe that. Okay, so you got to watch me, right? I like to test gullible people. It will operate without the bayonet. All right. So it is that's just one of the cool factors, you know, that it takes a bayonet. It really is, and it takes the M9 bayonet as well. Yeah, I've had it on there. So unless you're deer hunting, though, you really don't need the bayonet. Okay, it could be handy for a woods walk. These are nice shotguns. Some people like to make fun of them. I mean, they pass the stringent military tests, and you know, it's hard to find somebody that's had a lot of trouble with them. You will find them on the internet, though. There are people there who have trouble with oxygen or anything. It's just the fact of life. But I've not had trouble with them. You know, I mean, I feel left out sometimes because I don't have problems with guns that other people have problems with. I feel like I've been slighted on this planet. Like these people that have all these malfunctions all the time, every time they buy a Glock. What's wrong with me? I can't ever have those experiences. I feel left out. And the same with these. The fact that it's an alloy receiver, again, does not matter that much, folks. Look at all the great pistols that have alloy frames. Benelli, great shotguns. Hardly anybody condemns Benelli. And they have alloy receivers, okay? So, I mean, it's steel-to-steel lockup with your barrel and your bolt. You know, I've shown you all of that before. A big piece of steel there. See up at the top of that action, when that bolt comes up, it locks into that piece of steel, which is part of the barrel. That's part of the barrel. Then when you get into this part, that is alloy. This is alloy, but it's steel to steel. So basically, the bolt is locking up into the barrel, all steel, and then this is just sort of housing it. Okay, kind of like a lot of the pistols that are polymer or alloy frame. So anyway, it's not my job to sell you on alloy frames, okay, receivers. It's just that they're not the problem a lot of people think they are. Okay, so enough yakking, and let's blast. All right, I'm going to put some more of these Birdshot in for you. I didn't think that they load this particular one anymore. I wish they did. I like this load. And this is about our last box of it. I think I found it. And good stuff. All right. We'll shoot a little Birdshot, some shells. Then we're going to put the adapter in and shoot some short shells, some of those mini shells from the shorty shotgun shells from Federal. We have some slugs and Birdshot. So let's just blast a little bit with it. You know what I did? I'm really bad. I mean, I'll never grow up. See that garbage can? One of the problems we have with garbage cans when we shoot them is they're full of garbage. No, is that they just take off, Well, I got that one wired down to a steel plate. So he really, I don't think, can escape. So, like I say, I'll never grow up. Okay, let's shoot him. Back up a little bit. He ain't dragging the steel plate along. Oh, yeah. I mean, really, why grow up? It's no fun. Let's get this one out of the way. I'm not going to shoot that one. I just want to show you the difference. I know what let's do next. Let's put in some Buckshot. Okay. Yeah, these are 9 shots. We'll shoot a few of these. Safety's on. One thing people like about the Mossbergs is the ambidextrous safety. It's up on the receiver there, and that's always nice. Not only is it ambidextrous, but it's easy to operate with either hand, either thumb, and so that's sort of a double ambidextrous, benefit there. So, double-aught buck. Why am I shooting this? It's going to kick me, isn't it? Yeah. That's what you get for having a 12 gauge. All right. I think that can needs a few bigger holes in it, don't you? I put one in the chamber, yeah. All right. Do I have? Yeah, I've got that on. All right. Interesting lesson there in physics. You know, the birdshot is not as likely to just pass on through it. And so it put more pressure, more knockdown power. Did you notice that? It actually dragged that steel plate. This doesn't. Kind of like if I threw a softball. If I took a softball and hit it really hard, like some of these women, you've seen them how fast they can pitch a softball. I mean, it'd knock my car over. If you did that and hit that, it would knock it about 10 feet. It wouldn't go through it. But since this goes through it, you see what happens, all right? So I'm just telling you something you already know probably, but I'm an expert at that. Let's hit the cowboy. All right, not a good day for him. How about a 2-liter? How about a bucket? Hanging there, just waiting to be shot. So we have shown you all spread patterns, really, whether we're talking about it or not. You know, we shoot things at these distances, and it's interesting to observe that, isn't it, how much they spread. Well, let's shoot a couple of slugs, then we'll go to some of these short things. All right, got a messy ammo table, don't I? Too much ammo. No, I didn't say that. You didn't hear that, Federal. Never too much ammo. All right, let's put some slugs in here. Safety's on. If you want to have fun and you don't really have many firearms, you don't really have a big budget to buy a lot of firearms, which you don't really need, you can have more fun with a shotgun than maybe any other firearm because they're so versatile. We've shot already everything from birdshot here to slugs. Just a lot of fun. All right, let's shoot a couple of these. Now these don't kick much. Let's wake up Mr. Gong with one of these. We can. Now I've adjusted the sights on this. I had to raise the rear sight quite a bit, as you can see, and I moved it to the left a little bit, and I think I've got it pretty close on. Now this shotgun goes back to Buzz, and they auction them off in their e-gunner auction, and one of you will have it. And again, 10% of that goes to the Second Harvest Food Bank in Tennessee. You know, I include that target. So just to remind you, I forget to remind you all about that, how that works. So anyway, whoever gets it can fine tune the sights, is what I was getting at there. So let's try the gong. I was holding about the middle, I think. I'll try again. I'll hold on the top edge of it. So I can't really see the hits. I'll try that red plate on the left. I think I went low, maybe. If I hold a little higher. Yeah, okay. Let's just try buffalo. I'll hold on the top of his back. Boom. I'll try the ram. I must have hit him on the leg for him to fall forward like that. I'm going to try that pig right in the middle of the field. Click. So I think I've got one more slug in my pocket. You can tell by looking at the end of a slug if it's a slug, right? All right, let's try him. I'm not sure where I was holding wrong, but boom. Yeah, that was kind of on the top edge of him. All right, I would like a little more of a 6 o'clock hold, but I don't know if I'll raise the sight. Well, we're fine for the day. All right, so like I say, nothing versatile, more versatile than a shotgun. All right, let's put in the, I forget who makes this thing. Oh, Opsol. Yeah, Opsol. Okay, so you can put these in, if you didn't know that, with a Mossberg. Now, some shotguns won't do that. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here and shoot a couple of the, Federal calls them shorty shot shells. Okay, and I've already done this and tried it to make sure it works. Push that thing down. It's kind of a cold day. There we go. And my experience so far with Mossbergs is they work fine. Okay. Let's not do slugs yet. Let's do some number 8s. Okay. So I'm glad Federal started making this stuff. As usual, tough box to get open, right? I have a solution. Whenever I have a box or anything that's hard to get open, my hands are cold. That's why they make knives, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Aren't those cute? Aren't those cute? Look at that. I like the way those are. You can see the little buckshot in there. Okay, so this is 8 shot. 5/16 of an ounce. Is that more than an ounce or less than an ounce? I'll ask my Kentucky relatives. I think that maybe it's just a little bit less. 1 3/4. Okay. So, these little boogers. They're so cute. Let's see, I forgot how many to hold. Let's see how many to hold. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. That's slugs. We don't want those yet. I think that's maybe all it holds. What was there, 10 in the box? Oh, there's 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, there's 10 in the box. Let's see if it'll hold another one. Let's see. Oh, 11. 12. 12. Okay. Holds 12 of these little guys. Okay. Let's shoot these things. Now, these should not be quite as powerful, but they're no slouch. I shot a couple of these slugs. All right, we don't have one in the chamber, so let's do that. Let's shoot that old can and get some more, see what it does. Yeah, not quite the thrust of those others, but I wouldn't want to get hit by it. There's a 2-liter. There's another one. There's a pan, a bucket. Yeah. Wow. Cowboy. Yeah, I mean, some people have those in their defensive shotgun. So, you know, that's a choice you have to make. Let's put some slugs in. As long as they're reliable, I would have no problem with them at all, you know. And they seem to be. I mean, you feel a little, you know, okay, I'm going to rely on this for my life. This is going to defend my life. And the only reason it'll feed these is because I've stuck this funky piece of rubber in the receiver. So it's hard to get away from that notion in a way. But I have to say, I don't think that I can recall John and I having any trouble with this. We've not shot them extensively, but they seem to work and cycle fine in the Mossberg. And I think the 870s have some issues sometimes. I don't know if they worked that out, if there's an adapter or not for that, but you'd want to test your shotgun. So there's 10 slugs, I think. Did I put the whole box in? No. Now I did. Got the whole box. All right. Now I would expect these fall a little bit shorter, maybe. But it's kind of interesting just seeing how they feed. Let's try that other ram up there. Probably going low. Yeah, I held a little bit higher. Not much. Try that. Might not knock him over. He's hard to fall. Yeah. I think with the others I was right on top of the target, was pretty much taking care of it. With those, I held about that much above it. So not much difference. We'll try the gong. Okay, I'll hold on top of it. There we go. It works. I'm gonna try that buffalo hanging, the hanging buffalo over there. Oh, went high, held too high. Held too high. Okay, I was holding over it and I didn't need to at that distance. So they work and hit plenty hard for most applications, right? So anyway, I'll let you go here. I might just load one more time, a couple of shells, and you know, sign off with some blasting. How's that? So before I do that, though, again, anything else you want to know about it is basically the 590. It's not all that different. If it were, I would not be attracted to it, but it's a 590, just dressed up a little bit. And I have to say, these sights, I've always wondered about the sight. I mean, they're fine. But, you know, the ghost ring on one of these, but I tell you what, you can go back and look through the videos of that other 590 with no sight except that bead front sight. And I really think if I had a shooting match contest here today with myself, this gun versus that one, shooting slugs, now buckshot and stuff wouldn't matter, but shooting slugs over there on that hill, and you know, the stakes were high enough, and somebody wanted to challenge me and give me a choice, I would take that one. I don't know what it is. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting the sights on and the ghost string, getting the front sight, the consistency of where my hold is. I guess on that one, there's not much trouble. It gets that little bitty bead and you know where to hold it. So, oh yeah, let me shoot. I'm gonna load up and shoot. I'm glad y'all came out today because it's just more fun. You know what those are? We discovered those are a little bit tighter, didn't we? Well, I've shot those. I must just get one round. Let me put that thing in there. Oh, okay. I've never pretended not to be dumb. Okay, y'all have to know that, right? I've never tried to pretend I was a genius, have I? Come on now. You know what I did? I realized I'm gonna keep that off the primer. Oh well, don't worry about it. What I gotta do is get this rubber out, okay? Duh. And I think I can do it. What I need to do is something. Oh, here's a screwdriver over here, or a toothbrush. I just need to push that shell, let it put into the magazine without, if I can do it, without putting too much pressure on the primer. Well, maybe I'll not be able to do that. There we go. Okay. So you see what I did? There we go. We got that shell up there out of the way. I forgot to take out the adapter. Okay. And I think I can do it without it being the action open. But I don't want to scratch up somebody's gun here. It's hard to get hold of without that open. So, but I'm not going to be able, I don't want to release that shell, it's the only thing. I got to keep that up there. There, that might be a nice compromise. There we go. Okay, see, there we go. Now we can load him up shooting. Y'all wouldn't know how to act if I was too smart with you, if I did everything the right way. So, I did that on purpose. I just wanted to drive home the fact that you've got to take that adapter out if you're going to go back to standard shells, okay? So that was all part of an act. And you know I wouldn't be that stupid, right? Yeah, so you all know that. That was just all part of an act. I wish. So, in my defense, you know, when the camera's rolling, you guys are watching, you people are watching, you know, it's harder to get things right? All right, what do we want to shoot the last shots on before we leave? Let's I just love that garbage can, tell you the truth. Let's pop him some more. Short. So I short chucked it a little bit there. Nothing like a garbage can, especially one. I feel kind of guilty because he's like an old-time prisoner. He's got a chain on his leg and got a ball and chain. He can't get away. So we may just leave him there and shoot him again sometime. Anyway, the Retro 590 A1 pretty neat shotgun, and it might really suit your fancy a lot more so than the ugly polymer. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard for me to decide. I don't know which one. If I didn't have one, which one I'd prefer, to tell you the truth. And like I say, I did have this gun in the 80s. So it's sad when you live so long, this retro stuff comes out, and it's stuff you had. And I was doing volunteer work with the police department, and a lot of people think I was a cop. I was never a sworn cop. I did volunteer, and I would ride with them sometime during the 90s. And then I would take this sometimes. We were supposed to bring a shotgun. Ended up trading it to a regular deputy, a real deputy, a real cop, for a Benelli he had. Yeah, and he really liked it. He really liked. I really didn't want to trade it. He was a great guy, and he liked this shotgun so much, and he just wanted it over the automatic, and I wanted to trade. I don't remember if I gave him boot or what the deal was exactly, but I really liked it myself. But he liked it so much and wanted it so much, I just traded him, and so that's where that one went. And then I replaced it, with the polymer one later. So, but yeah, I had this same gun. It just didn't have those sights though. So the Retro 590A1. Glad you came out and looked over my shoulder while I blew up some stuff and proved that, yeah, my 87 IQ is pretty much where I am. Right? Life is good.
Oh yeah, that's better. This is a great gun for defense. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. While I've got you here, I want to remind you of our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. Talon Grips makes grips, can you believe it, for all different types of firearms. You can get rough texture or more of a rubberized texture. It just sticks right on there. Really affordable, really cool option to improve the grip for your handguns or rifles. So please check them out at talongungrips.com. You'll be glad you did. And also Ballistol. Dad has been using Ballistol for many years. It's a cleaner and a lubricant, and it's non-toxic. It works really great, and we're happy to have them on board since it's been a part of our shooting endeavor for a very long time. So go to ballistol.com, talongungrips.com. And also, while you're out there, I'm juggling all these things here. Also, while you're on the internet, please do check out our other social media like Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also Hickok45 on Twitter, The Real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a John_Hickok45 on Instagram where I do some things. There's Hickok45.com. You can find us also on Gunstreamer. So check out all that stuff and then watch more videos.